Hello, boys and girls, birds and blokes, if you will. Welcome to Slamcast. I'm here with Nick. Say hello.
You know, they say that all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Samoa Joe and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally, if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best chance of beating me. And then you throw Kurt Angle into the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, this three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 30-30 and a third percent chance of winning. But I got a 66 and 2/3% chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he's not going to beat me and he's not even going to try. Samoa Joe, you take your 33 and a third percent chance, add my 25% chance, and you got an 8 and a third percent chance of winning at Sacrifice.
I
But
like
then
his
you take
maths.
my 75% chance of winning if we was to go one-on-one, and then add that 66 and a 2/3% chance. I got 141% and 2/3% chance of winning at Sacrifice. See here, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice. Yes, I am Big Papa Pump, the Gaming Pegasus 187, and I start with that epic promo because LOL TNA to the max. Good God, what the fuck is going on?
Good week, good week.
Okay, so they had their Bound for Bankruptcy, I mean Bound for Glory pay-per-view. You know, it's kind of hard to tell when
Bound for bankruptcy?
it's kind of hard to tell when a random WWE house show in Billings, Montana is going to outsell your biggest pay-per-view by a country mile. And you crown a new world champion in Matt Hardy. He posts a picture with him and his son with the title, and then 2 days later, he relinquishes it because of an injunction by Lazy Eye Dixie Carter's nephew, EC3. What? This isn't the first time these guys have done this. You know, they crown a new champion of Bound for Glory, and then weeks later, there's a new champion. Like,
I think the
just
phrase you're looking for here, Nick, is once they crowned him, then you can hear the bloke from Seinfeld just saying, "No soup for you," and then he dropped it.
It seems like it. It's unbelievable. You know, 2005, after Rhino had wrestled 2 other matches that night, he had the Monsters Ball against Sabu, Abyss, and Jeff Hardy. And Jeff Hardy does this insane fucking dive off the top of the entrance staging area, puts Abyss through a fucking table. And then a gauntlet match to become the number one contender because I guess Kevin Nash couldn't wrestle. And maybe he tore his quad, I don't remember. This is 10 years ago. Then 2 weeks later, on Impact, Jeff Jarrett wins the title back. Point?
It's not the first time, like you said. It's not the first time, but it
Yeah,
was.
2006. Get this,
It
Sting.
was quite interesting to watch, simply because, like, really.
Yeah, Sting. That's, I guess, you know, now TNA's witness protection, but
Yeah.
WWE doesn't want to acknowledge that, at least at this point. But
Were you like me when you watched it and you just had this strange sense of, I've got this funny feeling of deja vu right now?
I didn't watch it. I had no desire to go back and watch anything. I have legit not watched anything from TNA in months. Like, I'll maybe watch the random YouTube clip here and there, but I've completely given up on this company. Fuck this company.
Life support. How are
Yeah.
they still around?
So,
Well, we talked about this
Sting,
before. How are they still around?
I don't know. So, Sting wins the title at Bound for Glory from Jeff Jarrett. He goes away because his wife, Jill, was dealing with breast cancer at the time, and she would then, I believe, pass away about 6 months later. So,
Rest in peace.
right, and they did this beautiful tribute at the pay-per-view after that, and that I think it would have been, was it Sacrifice maybe? Weird, I don't remember, but
No, I think it was.
might have been, yeah. So they do this. He, goes away, and and then a month later, this is one of the biggest LOL TNA moments, because they had this rule that if the champion was counted out or disqualified, they would lose the title. Now think about it. In a perspective of ring psychology, I like that, because then the champion can't do what you would see in WWE all the time, where a champion would just throw a kick to the nuts and then, oh wait, they lose the match, but they retain the title on the fucking technicality. Basically what happened is Abyss was getting beaten pillar to post by Sting, and finally Sting shoves the referee. Now he shoves the ref. This was after he hung Abyss by the ankles from the ceiling and beat him with a baseball bat. He's beating him with a bat. I mean, there's no resemblance of order. Like, the ref's just letting this thing go. But he's about to put Abyss through a couple of barbed wire tables off the stage. And Sting shoves the ref. And that's what calls for the DQ. So Abyss wins the world title by disqualification.
Finally,
And
Red,
then,
now you woke up, by the way. That's the one thing
it
LOL
gets even stranger. Because then they introduce this world title series that will also feature the knockouts. The women.
And for once, not a piss break.
Well, it's TNA. I figured the whole show's a goddamn piss break. Again, a WWE house show in Billings, Montana is going to outsell your biggest pay-per-view. How sad is that? So I can just see TNA, these rocket scientists, say, fuck it, let's put the title on one of the women. We're dead anyway. Let's just, like, usually we will say dig up stupid, but at this point, no, just keep going, guys. Just keep digging. Like, just dig that grave even deeper. Because I guarantee you, Triple H's golden shovel will still be able to find you and raid your company of the few talents that he wants. He's done it before, and he did it again recently. Because of all the people that have showed up in WWE in the last year that have worked for TNA, from Joe to Sting, you think these are some of the biggest ones. You know, we've seen indie darlings like Kenta. You know, Bryan Danielson's with the company. Kevin Steen is with the company. Finn Bálor is NXT champion, giving the DX suck it sign to the TNA outside the TNA offices. And then afterwards tweeting Matt Hardy like, we would love to be there bound for glory, but we've got better things to do, like standing in this pile of mud. So, and I was seeing these reports before Takeover on Wednesday night, that James fucking Storm, the guy who's been in TNA since day one, he was there on day fucking one when they had a big fat 400-pound wrestler by the name of Cheeks, whose manager was the Brown Eye Girl. I am not making this up. They also had the Cousin fucking Dups. They had a version, the Rainbow Express, which was a take of the West Hollywood Blondes from WCW. This fucker breaks the ring, and right when they're opening on their first fucking show, back on June 19th of 2002, you could see guys running to the back because they had just fixed the ring right before they went live. Remember, James Storm was there on day one. He finally left. And now, last night, right before we're getting ready to record Michelin Man and the Boy, James Storm shows up on NXT for a match. James Storm walks out. I just posted the fan video that popped up on Facebook a little bit ago of him coming out.
Coming out? Sorry, but a bunch.
At this point, Dixie, just fold. This is a chess match with Triple H that you cannot win. He is actively burying your company while you're on fucking life support. I am ripping this company a new one. More than a new one.
You look like a
Because,
fucking Sega Genesis with fucking the CD support and the 32X.
oh god, what a perfect analogy too.
Yeah. More fucking cables than, like you
Okay,
said,
what?
fucking
Okay, give me a
Frankenstein.
second while I take a swig of beer for the working man.
What are you drinking, good sir?
It's a strawberry craft beer. I got it. I'll have to show you because you saw the pictures I have of this fucking, what do you call it? A tanker?
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them growlers over here, but in Dave's country,
You
that's a
said
different
growler,
thing.
sorry.
Yes, this is what happens when you got one American and one Brit on one podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, North America, but growler means something entirely different.
yeah,
In fact, I would like to see you drink beer from a growler, Nick. Sorry.
moving on.
My bad.
This is one of the most amazing things, and this is the same company that had Bubba the Love Sponge get his ass handed to him by Awesome Kong because he's a racist prick, just like his buddy that fucked his wife, Hogan. And now, because I forgot to bring this up last week, in all the hype for look, I was so hyped for Takeover that Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley would look at me. It's like, now that dude's hyped. All right.
I've just
So,
decided something very important that I have to share with you.
all right, let me get
From
to
now on, I'm gonna call my penis Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh God. Ugh. At least it wouldn't be racist. But yeah, the Hogan sex tape will be seen by the jury in the Gawker trial. And
So
just like
fucked up.
that, there are many jurors that are doing what they can to get out of jury duty.
And also, he's crept back into WWE Network land, hasn't he?
Yes, the rivalries episode with him and Piper is on the network, along with a brand new one they uploaded of Trish and Lita.
Feels like they're sneaking it in the back door, which is
Yeah, like
shh, be
again,
quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Shh,
it's
not you.
no fanfare, anything like that. It's just slowly pushing it back on. All the hullabaloo has died down from Hogan being a fucking idiot. And of course, he said,
Let me correct you there, sir. Being a massive fucking racist.
Yep.
What was that
I
like?
mean,
Say a
my
thick
God.
bastard.
I feel so bad for that jury to have to sit through the entirety of this 50-some-year-old steroid case. I saw the image of his naked ass, and I had to go find a good porno after that.
Can you imagine though? Like after the trial, so obviously they can speak about it there. So what did you do last week? I had watched this tape. Oh, go on.
I had to watch this old Hogan.
I had to watch a bloke with dyed hair that's really silky smooth. I think that's the only thing we can take good from him. And I had to watch this sex tape. Are you a pervert? No, it's in the
No, we were forced to
Yeah.
watch it. It was evidence.
It was in the eyes of justice.
Now, can you please direct me to the nearest adult store so I can find a really good porno to watch that from my memory?
Oh fuck no! I'll just buy a copy of The Sun and crank one out over fucking page 3.
Fuck.
That's how
God.
quickly I would like to expurge my mind.
You see, Hogan's another example of TNA squandering when that failed Monday Night War. Oh, good God.
Did you get the same thing in the States, by the way? I have to say this quickly. When this whole kind of racism shit came out, excuse me, Willy Pops, never seen figures removed from the shelf so quickly in my life. And I don't mean people wanting to buy them.
They couldn't get recalled fast enough.
Yeah, they were like, whew. Like literally, I was looking at the shelf and there were Hulk Hogan figures. Then I turned around because someone, was behind me and I had to get out of the way when they were pushing their shopping cart by. Then I turned back to the shelf and they were gone. And there was a little dust bunny blowing in front.
Oh my God. I mean, I could just rail on TNA all night. This ended up being one of the biggest LOL TNA weeks. between Matt winning the title and relinquishing it in record fucking time, to the fact that now we got this Hogan thing, and they brought Hogan in years ago. Couldn't stay out of the spotlight, brother. I mean, making fun of TNA, it's so easy, even Eva Marie couldn't botch it up.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yes! With a shotgun.
Fuck
And there's
that,
no
with a
water in
minigun.
it.
There's no way you're
Yes.
missing that way.
But there's no water in the barrel either.
Yeah.
So they're
In
just
fact,
all laying there on the bottom.
yeah, it's just
like,
a
literally,
dead
like
kipper
fish out
at the
of water.
bottom. You could like Nick said, you couldn't make this shit up if you
No.
tried. And
Oh my god,
think-
if you would have told me, and if I had been off the grid for 3 months, completely no anything, and I just like, if I was in a coma for 3 months and I wake up and say, what happened? Well, Matt Hardy won the TNA World Title in a match involving EC3 and Drew Galloway. Okay, cool. I'm a Matt Hardy fan. I guarantee you, when he heard that WWE was interested in signing the Hardys, they're like, fuck this shit, we're out of here. They're going to be gone. The Hardys are going to be back in WWE by WrestleMania. I guarantee it.
I think the phrase you're looking for is called jumping the sinking ship.
Yes. And say, oh, what is he? So what's going on? Well, he relinquished the title 2 days later. What? Yeah, apparently there was a storyline injunction involved with EC3.
Ooh.
What? And sorry, it was TNA, remember? Oh, yeah, it's TNA. You cannot make this shit up. I mean, this is the same company that booked an electrified cage match between Team 3D and LAX, and it's one of the most god-awful spectacles I've ever seen in my life. Like, no continuity, anything. The crowd's chanting "Fire Russo," and then Russo tried to blame Dutch Mantel on it.
I think basically someone should just unplug them and put them out to pasture.
Hey, Destination America's going to do it here in a couple of months, but I mean, it's the same company that Spike TV didn't want Russo with them, because they knew Russo's crash TV style of booking. He is god awful. Unless you've got somebody who knows what the hell they're doing to run ideas through, you can get the occasional good idea out of Russo. I mean, we've seen it before. The Attitude Era. We've, even Nigel brought up on the podcast that, when he got something right, he got something right. But Russo, if he has no filter, you know what we end up getting? Vince Russo is world champion. I mean, and I was thinking about this comparison. You look at, in the last, 15 years, since 2000, ECW went under, WCW went under, and now TNA is about to hit bottom. ECW went out because they couldn't pay their fucking talent. They were incurring expenses because of TNN. They were a guinea pig to see if wrestling would fly on the network, and then they brought in WWF programming, and they got fucked over beyond belief. But they were still selling out 5,000-seat arenas all over the country. They were still getting packed houses. WCW never had a problem paying their talent because they had, billionaire Ted backing them, and he always had a soft spot for wrestling. If it wasn't for the Time Warner AOL merger, and he still had all the stroke, I guarantee you Bischoff would have bought that company in 2001. They would have, done whatever, and he would have tried to make it back into a viable organization. But because of this merger, Ted didn't have the same stroke he used to, and when they got the chance, they dumped it right off the fucking network. Without TV, it was fucking a dead product. So Vince came in and bought him up for $2.5 million. And now TNA, they can barely get 300 people in for what's supposed to be their biggest fucking pay-per-view of the year. And guess what? WWE house shows are outselling them. Again, by a country fucking mile. I guarantee ya, the Billings Metra, when they have that show on October 31st, and again, Dave, watch the Creepy Page moments of the week. And there's a reason I'm not saying them, because she might more than likely show up at my place of work, and I would get the taste slapped right out of my mouth. And you would hope that's Elise, because with her crazy family, That one picture where Ricky Knight looked like a Don in the Mafia, I fear I'd be wearing a pair of cement and bunny slippers. Okay? Oh, God, I'm just... Fuck.
I think it's time someone took this dog out to pasture and shot it.
Yes,
Just
that's
put it
pretty
out.
much what we could
It's
boil this
misery
down to.
because it's just it's an embarrassment right now.
Yeah, it's funny just how Matt Hardy got fucked. It's really Matt Hardy I feel sorry for, because now he gets to be the chance to be the top guy in the company, and not a world champion in name only because you're on the third wheel ECW brand.
I have to say quickly, Tom Hardy doesn't live anywhere next to me, does he? Because then I can say this. Congratulations, you're the king turd at the top of the bucket of the other turds.
That's pretty much what it boiled down to. Matt's an amazing fucking talent. And you see the picture of him and his kid in the title. Because I follow both Matt and his wife on Instagram, and there were just so many pictures of this kid. And you could tell they're just really happy, they're loving life, and Matt finally he gets to be the guy. He basically in a sense gets to be the John Cena of TNA. And no, you're gonna relinquish the title 2 days later because LOL TNA.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's no digging up for this company. No digging up for these idiots. So, WWE actually, with this whole James Storm thing, kind of go back to that real quick, is they actually release the news before any of the dirt sheets. So they're like so they post the article and there's the pictures and there's James Storm, big, he's got a beard, long fucking hair, crowd's going nuts, and it's going to be on the October 21st episode of NXT.
Oh, Back to the Future Day, sorry.
Yes. And by the way, we don't have flying cars, we don't have hoverboards, we don't have self-lacing shoes. But if the Cubs win the fucking World Series, good God, I'm going to lose my fucking shit. I'm not a Cubs fan either.
Do you wonder how many people are putting bets on this game now?
Yeah, that's what my buddy Ty was saying. We were over at the Sting one night, and we were watching the Grizz play, and he said, there's been an increase of bets on the Cubs this year because of that movie. So, we've seen 100-year streaks, losing streaks broken when the Red Sox won the World Series a few years ago.
Hate the Red Sox, by the way, just putting that out there. So.
But yeah, I am fucking just smiling. I'm just seeing all this shit roll out through the week.
I wonder how much merchandise they shifted because of this.
I don't know. I don't know. What, WWE or TNA?
Well,
I don't even know where we're going at this point.
No, simply because everyone loves a good train wreck.
And I have got,
It's like when you drive by on the motorway or the freeway, and when you
I only have 2 pieces of TNA merchandise I've ever ordered. I ordered this stuff 6 years ago. I have the Team 3D 22nd Tag Team title shirt, which I like, but the problem is because they have the picture of them with holding all the titles. You should find this because there's 4 or 5 different title belts each these guys are holding. It looks really fucking cool. And then the date and place they won each.
When you mean they still had credibility?
The Team 3D Dudley still have credibility. I mean, look at the pop they got when they showed up on Raw a couple months ago, when in Brooklyn. When all of a sudden, the pyro goes off, the crowd doesn't know what the fuck's going on, and then the Dudley boys pop up on the Tron, they lose their fucking shit. I mean, when I saw it on the Facebook group, I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Oh God, it just kept getting even nuttier. Even in the last year, or at least the last couple of months, we had Samoa Joe walk out on NXT Takeover. And now we have the Dudleys back in WWE, and now we got James Storm showing up.
Soap opera.
Yes, and I would just love to see, Dixie's probably not even worried. She's like, fuck it, we didn't need him anyway. Hey, maybe now we won't have to pay him all the back pay we owe him. Yeah, TNA can't sell out a fucking bingo hall, literally, or they couldn't even sell out a fucking bar. I guarantee if they did a show at this bar that is a block from where I live, the Flamingo, they would not be able to near pack that place. Period. That's how shitty this company is. And they owe a lot of talent money. Like, it's just Dixie Carter. She's just whistling through the TNA graveyard, and she's got a wheelbarrow full of back pay that she owes her fucking talent. How long have I been going on this?
Do you know what? Call it right. We know they're dead in the water, but
Yep.
you know, call it. How long do you think before they tank and go tits up?
I'm calling. I will give it at most 6 months.
I was just gonna say I can't even see a year out of them anymore.
Right. I give it at most 6 months. Because when Destination America finally kicks them off the network here in, I think, January, they're done. And Vince is probably going to scarf them up pretty fucking quick. So, it's times like this I wish Brandon was here, because he'd probably kind of rein me in here a little bit. Because I'm just on fire tonight.
He's just rubbing my nose in the fact that he bought a better Kylo Ren figure than I did.
Yeah, he's at New York Comic Con, so hopefully he didn't fuck up his name, meaning Noelle Foley. But then again, how hot she is. Fuck, Frank the Clown better goddamn put a ring on it. If he's not tapping that, he better put a fucking
his defense,
ring on it.
I probably just sit there and just go, who are you? I don't know.
Really? Oh, okay.
Have you got a British accent? I don't know. Who are you? You're Purdy. Don't tell Paige's parents I live here.
God. I've said before, between Paige and Sasha Banks, I take Sasha Banks. And on that note...
Only simply because I'm pretty sure her parents won't kill me if I say anything bad.
So, just a quick MSG, because WWE had the MSG house show on the network, and... You know, that moment when you beat Big Show so bad, he doesn't know whether he's face or heel. That was MSG. Because this whole thing, the big thing, this was hyped about Brock Lesnar and the Big Show.
Deer in the headlights of a car is what you're phrase you're looking for.
Oh my god, Lesnar fucking destroyed this man. It is unbelievable. He fucking... It is a bit back and forth, but the fucking Lesnar ends up 4 suplexes. He gets him, trying to get him up for the F5 the first time, couldn't do it, he just kind of drops him. So he hits him with another German, and then he gets him up, F5, 1, 2, 3. This pretty much erases him and Goldberg in the Garden at WrestleMania 20. So, he's leaving, and then all of a sudden he comes back, because Big shows up. Hits him with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex, which is fucking impressive, because he just heaves this 400-pound giant. And that's what Big Show is. He's a fucking giant. And then hits him with another F5. I mean, it was, you know, pretty much what I expected. At least, here's the funny thing. We didn't have Orton versus Sheamus. It was a tag team match with Sheamus and Rusev against Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton. So, I don't know how soon before they changed it, but that happened. We also had Neville versus Stardust, which was a good match. Owens and Jericho had a great match for the title. Jericho came out, he did a little promo. He pointed to, he's talking about it's his 25th anniversary in wrestling, and he points to, and Lance Storm and Don Callis, of all people, are sitting in the front row. Don Callis, Cyrus from ECW, he was the network guy. It was Paul Heyman created this character. He was the network. He was Cyrus. He's from the network. He would say the network's not happy with blah 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 because ECW violent, hardcore, you know, shit like that. So he was like the stooge. Like he would come out and he had a feud with Joel Gertner, who was known for cutting dirty limerick promos. I mean, that dude is fucking gold on the mic. Joel Gertner, man, But basically, he was the character created to make fun of the network, all the standards and practices they were issuing on ECW, and then he did a brief time in TNA. And actually, funny enough, in storyline, Don Callis is the guy that proposed the Ultimate X match back in '03. He was the guy in storyline that came up with it. So, like, the dude, he's actually pretty freaking entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. But I just thought that was funny. Cyrus reappears after all these years. But him and Jericho and Owens had a good match. There was a 6 Diva tag featuring Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, and then Nikki, old Funbag Cena. Yeah, Bella catchphrases and for 500, please, Alex. Come on, Nikki. What does John Cena do to my sister every Friday night? Anyway, so it pretty much ended, and this, first of all, didn't make any sense. It was a halfway decent match, but you have Paige teaming with Charlotte and Becky. I would think the last thing she would want to be is anywhere teaming with these other two women, but okay. So there's a point where where Charlotte was going to get the win, and then Paige tags herself in. So then she's going for the hot tag, and Becky and Charlotte drop off the apron and let her get beat. Okay, I don't know why you're weird. End this team shit, please. I mean, good God, end this team shit.
Like I said, weak.
Yeah, it was just kind of weak, so it made no sense. Made no fucking sense. But Cena and Rollins were the main event because Cena's got to be in the main event, and of course Cena wins, LOL, because we'll beat our world heavyweight champion, doesn't matter. Yeah, Nikki once said on Raw, wins and losses don't fucking matter. Guess what? Apparently they don't fucking matter. But there was a segment with Kane earlier in the night where he's on crutches and he's doing this whole shtick where he doesn't realize that there's this whole demon thing is just freaking hilarious. Like, oh yeah, I didn't want to miss the show, and if there's a demon running around, and I told Seth if I see him, I'll let him know. So here we go near the end of the match, and Seth is about to climb down from the cage and win. Well, here comes Demon Kane, walking, and we all know it's fucking Kane. It's fucking Kane. But he's acting like the split personality thing. It's fucking hilarious. For one, I'm thoroughly entertained by it.
I think it's fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I'm just rolling with it because fuck it. Like, Glenn Jacobs is a guy that you give him anything, he'll hit it right out of the park. Like, there's no questioning how much this guy's gonna throw into anything. And I'm laughing, so. And he comes out, and it's just really awkward. It's Seth on the top of the cage. I'm just looking like, drop down, you idiot. Like, fuck it, drop down, grab the belt, and get the hell out of there. A little awkward, but, Kane basically cost Rollins the match. So Cena wins, LOL. But yeah, that was
per normal.
Yeah. The status quo. It's funny.
The next time I'm at a bar, right, and I need to make a bet with someone, I need a double-sided coin, and both sides have to have Cena on them, because that's how it works.
Yeah.
Flip it, call it. Oh, I'm gonna call Cena. Oh, I won. There's a surprise.
Go figure. I win. LOL. But yeah, that was the MSG house. It was, what I expected. It was cool that they aired it on the network. Yeah. But again, it for those that probably expect to be out of this world, it was a fucking house show. They decided, well, screw it. We're going to air it on the network. It's the Garden, It's the fucking Garden.
It was, then, what we like to call over here a filler.
Right.
They had to put something out, but I would have preferred personally if they didn't put anything out.
I still need to go back and watch the WWE 24 on NYCC Takeover Brooklyn. They showed a little clip of it during the Takeover. I think it was actually during the actual event. And it was just talking about Dusty Rhodes, and it was right before, the finals for the tag title, or the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Invitational. So, I mean, I've been so hyped for this thing all week. I mean, we got Bayley and Sasha Banks in a 30-minute Iron Man match for the title. Main event. This is the last match. But before that, we had the debut. Well, it ended up being Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, and then Corbin and Rhino were the finals for the tournament, which blew my prediction out of the water. That was gonna be Gable and Jordan. There was an actual Gable chant to the tune of Kurt Angle's music too, so I was like, Gable, Gable. I'm like, fuck. I mean, they had this big, unique set design, and they unveiled the trophy. They had Cody and his wife, and Dustin and Dusty's daughters, and then his widow. And they reveal this trophy, and it's just one of the coolest looking things you have. Like, the big centerpiece is a glass pair of cowboy boots.
Nice.
Like, you want to honor the dream, that's how you do it,
I have the strangest
Gotta have the
urge to
cowboy
say.
boots, if you will. Yeah.
No, I have the strangest urge to say Roadhouse.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, Peter Griffin just starting to roundhouse kick everyone. Roadhouse. Oh, speaking of kicks, we saw the debut of Asuka. And this is one of the best things Dana Brooke has ever done on the show. Okay, so it basically amounted to Dana is slapping this woman in the face. I'm just like, oh, you stupid bitch, you are so fucking stupid. And she starts smiling. Asuka starts smiling, and I'm like, oh god, Dana, she'll be lucky. I think I posted something at one point that Dana will be lucky if Asuka doesn't rip her arm off and beat her over the head with it. I mean, she fucking just whap, and just a smile, like, finally had enough, like, okay, I kill you now. And she fucking destroyed this woman. And then day after, we see In Memory of Dana Brooke.
No, 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 no.
Yes. So and then there's some aftermath videos that popped up on their YouTube channel, and it's Dana Brooke in the back. And before this, after Asuka had won the match, she just looks at Emma, and Emma just kind of backs down, like, and just kind of looks away. Oh my,
like a fucking sullen puppy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Did
we
you
get
just
to the back
piss on the
and
floor?
So we get to the back, and she's getting checked out, like, knocked fucking loopy. And she's like, oh, how's Asuka? I won, right? Is Asuka okay? Like, bitch has no idea where she is. And then Asuka comes in, and it's like, oh, hi, Dana, and pats her on the head. And then she's like, that was Asuka. Like, what happened? I thought I won. Like, she is in complete fucking La La Land.
It's 2015.
Oh my god. It was one of the funniest fucking things I've seen in a while.
Like I said, train wrecks. They're good to watch.
This is a good train wreck in a sense, because, I mean, Dana Brooke is not that good. At all. I was just hoping Kana was just going to turn her to dust, but... Actually, I hope she does that to Eva Marie. Like, please. Just kick this woman so hard in the skull, she'll think she's on a beach somewhere, okay? And then, or just kick her so hard that she'll say, yeah, I don't want to be in this. Fuck this, I'm out of here. Fuck this shit.
I'm stealing it by the way, from you. Kick her so
What?
hard she thinks she's in the beach. I'm
Yes.
stealing that.
Okay,
that's mine now. Sorry.
So yeah, with all this, like, I'm thinking, because when I see this business about James Storm, because the story with Finn Balor is that he had hurt his knee in the first match with Dash and Dawson. And so it's the whole story, like, okay, is Finn not going to be able to compete, and then James Storm is going to come out, and he's going to be the replacement? I don't know, but we end up getting Finn and Joe winning. And these were a great couple of matches too. Both especially the ones involving Corbin and Rhino, because Corbin just started to get a little bit better. He's not quite there yet, but he's starting to get a little bit better.
It's
He's still
credible now.
getting booed out of the building. Fans still hate him, but whatever.
See, I don't like that. I think I understand, with the baggage and shit around him, but like, he's a very credible wrestler right now. So kind of like
He's gotten a lot. I think he's gotten a lot better. So, but again, I love how he went into the end of days in that first match, though. Oh my God, he spins. I think it was Chad Gable, just spins him around, gets him goes up, spins him around, just catches him, boom, end of days, just beautiful. And then the match with Joe and Bálor was great. So you have Joe and Bálor, they win. They have the whole ceremony in the ring with the trophy. And then there were pictures that were popping up backstage with Joe, Bálor, the Rhodes family, and then Triple H. And you see this big smile on Joe's face. He's like, fuck you. Like a giant fuck you to TNA. A giant, he's in a way better place, happier than he's ever been, I think. I mean, my God. I mean, when you're in a company that you're kidnapped by fucking ninjas, and there's no explanation, you just randomly show back up on Impact a few months later, and we're supposed to forget like it ever happened? Yeah, he went from a Samoan wrecking machine at TNA, a year and a half winning streak. He then get beat by Kurt Angle when he came into the company. After Joe had this fans revenge match, which you take fans, you put them around the ring leather straps, and they get to whip the shit out of people who get thrown out. But the idea is they just take it out on the heels, which is hilarious. So Jeff Jarrett came out, he's wearing 4 fucking, shirts. So he doesn't, but they end up getting ripped off, and he just gets blasted with these belts. And then, actually, funny enough, there's a segment before that, which is one of the funnier ones I've seen. This is involving Jim Cornette, Eric Young, and Jeff Jarrett. So they had reenacted the Montreal screw job in a sense, because everyone does it. WWE redid it years later. Or no, they did not do it years later, but they did it the year after too. So they do this whole thing where you have to go back and watch the King of the Mountain match from 06. So it was basically that Cornette was the authority figure. I'm gonna have to go get more beer here in a second, but he says you're gonna take a lie detector test, Jeff Jarrett, and if you're found on you're guilty of one mistruth, half truth, untruth, lie, I will make you a very unhappy man. So they start going through these questions. There was one did you know about Earl Hebner's action? Earl Hebner's involved, of course. Did you know about Earl Hebner's actions? Blah blah blah. No. And he got away. He's in the ring. He was doing this lie detector test. He's got a penny on the foot. He's sipping a martini. He's got an alligator shoe on or something. He's gonna be relaxed and beat this test because Eric Young came up to him. He's like, I know how to beat these things, Jeff. Eric Young was in this whole gimmick. He was paranoid about being fired. So he'd run through the crowd, don't fire Eric, don't fire Eric. So it's fucking hilarious. I remember this so vividly. When you get to the last question, and this is where Jeff Jarrett was found to be a liar, Cornette just turns to him. He's like, you're a damn liar. It's just beautiful. So that's when the fans' revenge match was announced. But yeah, Joe in NXT.
Comedy gold right there, my friend.
Yes. I mean, Joe in NXT, you just see the smile, and it's just another giant fuck you to TNA. This company has lost so many of their stars in the last 3 years, almost.
Well, they don't deserve to even fucking happen in the first place, let's be honest, because...
TNA made a lot of these guys.
I
AJ
know.
Styles.
I'm just saying, right now, like we talked about previously.
Yeah. I mean, it's just going back to shitting on TNA.
Yeah. Sorry, people, I have to say it. The company's fucking... It's not even on life support anymore. It's the fucking deceased. It's the undead.
Yes.
How are you still doing this? How are people still watching you? Because quite frankly, you're fucking dead in the water. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. It's like
Your
just full
story,
now.
your storylines, the matches you come up with, they're well,
All right,
how
keep
should I
going,
put
Dave.
this?
I'm gonna go get more beer.
They're basically good man getting more beer. He's on the strawberry beer, by the way. As an Englishman who doesn't take one of his 5 a day, I just like to say strawberry beer. But no, TNA just someone just take it out to pasta and fucking execute it because it's cringeworthy now. It's actually gone beyond a joke. If you look at, well, it's understandable why, because if you look at who runs it, then it's people playing being businessmen when they're not and have no understanding of the product, and it's crap. It's crap. It's crap. It's crap. Um, Obviously, I wouldn't say any of this to their faces because I like mine and I don't want to get ass kicked to the moon. But yeah, TNA, seriously, someone just put you down, put you down, put you down. By the way, slight random tangent. I have to say this week, I had incredibly difficult because obviously I watch it all on WWE Network. Well, that not that. Um, Difficult internet problems, and yeah, called them up. They were great. Got an extra month for free. Chin chin. That's nice. I like that shit. Apparently, his fridge, by the way, is like 2 miles away. Should do what I do, Nick. Just have a cooler in your room and stick it in there.
And I'm back.
You missed that. I just said. I said. Apparently, your fridge is 2 miles away. You should just do what I do.
Well,
Have
I
a
was
cooler.
taking a video. I'll post a video to your Facebook here in a little bit, but I was posting a video of me open this thing. You should have heard it when I opened it earlier. It was loud. I mean, it's
Strawberry
just,
beer.
yep, it's good though.
Oh, when you watch this back, I may have taken the piss out of you for drinking strawberry beer.
Fuck you.
Well, it's got fruit in it.
It's not overpowering either. It's pretty nice. But yeah, But now the main event.
Oh no, no. Can I just quickly go back to what I was saying when you left the room, which is I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again, which is seriously TNA. Someone just unplugged that cord, hit the side of the bed, and let them
Yes,
just fucking
because here's the
die.
thing. It's basically a turd that won't flush. It's just circling that drain, just waiting for someone to flush. And you hope that somebody's Triple H, because then we'll all get on our knees and raise our arms outstretched and say, "Thank you, Based H."
Give up, basically, because the bottom line is, while they carry on like they are right now, it's an insult to wrestling fans, and
You realize it's now NXT TNA, and this is what NXT is.
yeah.
This is what TNA should have been. It at one point could have very well been a viable wrestling organization, so other people, if
But like I said,
they
when
felt
you
WWE wasn't giving them a fair
yeah,
shake, they
but when you
could
when you
go
went and got your
there.
crafty beer, that's what I said, which is this is what happens when you put people in charge of a company that have no business acromentals.
Hmm.
Basically, people playing it, well,
Well, I,
not
I kind of
not even playing it, thinking they know what they can do,
yeah. Well,
and then
they ran Jeff Jarrett out of the company years ago, and he just, I believe, sold off his minor stake, so he has absolutely nothing to do with this company. He
well,
has
like you
no
said,
stake, nothing.
they could have been a viable alternative, but if you look at them back in the day,
Oh yeah, like
they
going back to James Storm for a second, one of my favorite matches of all time is the AMW Triple X Six Sides of Steel cage match from Turning Point 2004. This whole feud had been built. This was a year and a half of these two teams at each other's throats. There was a whole situation where one of them got hurt, so they replaced him with one of the guys from Triple X. So one AMW guy and one Triple X guy won the NWA World. They had when they had the NWA titles, so would win the NWA World Tag Team titles. And then it gets weirder when the other two guys, another again, one AMW, one Triple X guy, the other two win the titles from them. So at this point, every one of these guys have been tag team champions again. So it's kind of even Steven. So yeah, AMW they're technically 6-time tag champions, but one of those reigns was with one of the triple. I don't even remember which ones it was, but and then they would lose the titles to Team Canada, and then they're back at each other's throats. So you go, they have this last team standing match at Victory Road, and it's not fucking over because they're still going. They're at like you got Dusty Rhodes would become the director of authority. So he'd basically become the guy calling the shots. Well, this is when they did this whole thing. They were making fun like, oh, there's a problem with the polls in Stamford, Connecticut, and we make sure the polls in Florida are all on the up. So they're making all these election jokes and shit and taking these little jabs at WWE, whatever. But Dusty Rhodes would come out in his inaugural address, and he would announce that we're gonna end this at Turning Point. We are gonna have the Cage, AMW, Triple X. Losing team will disband. And that's what we got. We got this amazing cage match. Bloody, violent, primetime Elix Skipper does the walk and does the hurricane off the top of the cage. There's a point where, Triple X had, I believe it was Harris, handcuffed to the ropes. Like, they sneak these cuffs in, and they get him, and they're just going after, Storm, and they're beating the shit out of him. And then eventually Harris gets the key, and they're back. And then all of a sudden the tables are turned. It turns to Daniels gets handcuffed, and AMW beats Triple X with their own move. They beat him with the Powerplex. I mean, this was a fucking hell of a match. Great story, and it showed how good these guys were. But then after AMW split, Storm and Harris had a Texas death match, which was pretty fucking brutal in itself. But Storm is one of those talents that TNA had since day one, and he would end up being world champion for 2 weeks. Seems to be a pattern there.
One of the talents that they don't deserve, to be perfectly honest.
Oh God, I mean, they've got Grado, they've got Gail Kim, Mickie James, and speaking of Storm, there was a point where Mickie James there was a tweet that he supposed like, yeah, sorry for that whole train thing. Good guy, James Storm almost kills Mickie James. Apologized for it. Everything was good, and I knew something was weird with Storm's Twitter account at James Storm Brand. By the way, cheap plug, but this is relevant just because I go on because I see it on Facebook. I'm like, what? All the Susan G. Komen shit, and I go on, and there it is. And he has a tweet, $9.99 hashtag sorry about your damn luck. Like, it's all branded the Susan G. Komen shit. And first of all, and this is another tangent I'm going to be very brief on, I can't stand this breast cancer awareness with this particular organization. CM Punk just came out and it started bashing it, because rightfully so, because it's a shitty organization. But when you have a company like WWE, they do the pink rope, they have all the branding and everything, the merchandise, they have all the superstar merchandise and shit. But when you bring on Hoda Cobb and Kathy Lee Gifford to put on the, bar none, worst segment in Monday Night Raw history. Far worse than Dr. Heine. Far worse than Katie Vick. Far worse than the pose down between Scott Steiner and Triple H.
And that's scraping the barrel.
Oh, the Dr. Heine one especially, actually especially Katie Vick, but all the shit Kathy Lee had said about, like Rick Rude, and like no one gave her the info, like, hey, there are going to be characters to play along. Don't take anything too serious, play along. Because they actually kept kayfabe very seriously back in those days. But, yeah. Speaking of CM Punk, his first UFC fight is going to be delayed because he got hurt training.
Oh God,
Yeah, well, that sucks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just came out, I think, in the last week. I've got to cover it, but Brandon, this is one of those weeks I wish Brandon was here. I mean, he's at New York Comic Con right now, but I wish he was here because I would love to hear his thoughts on a lot of this shit. Because this is like just been. I knew this episode was going to be me riffing TNA the entire way, and trying to put. But when they will have one or two good things, and then just completely, shit it all away via explosive diarrhea. I mean, good God. Like the whole Vince Russo thing, they had him booking for the company till I think upwards of 2014. After they had apparently got rid of him, but he was still secretly working for him, and Spike TV didn't want him. That was part of the reason they got dumped off Spike. Is because Russo was still with them.
Wait. Back up. I didn't know that. He was
Yeah.
like, stealth working for them.
Yeah, like it kept very hush hush. But if it wasn't for an email that I think came out of Russo that he actually forwarded to this wrestling journalist, it wouldn't have
Dumbass.
gotten broke. He still would have been there. So go fucking figure. LOL TNA. So
Oh,
now,
to quote, what we always like to say, which is dig up, stupid.
again, there's no digging up for this company anymore. It's just keep going. Triple H, he has his golden shovel. He is actively burying your company. I mean, if Vince at least waited till he had bought WCW before he buried the fuck out of them. Triple
Yeah.
H is doing it while they're on fucking life support. But now, in all the hullabaloo...
Do you think though? Well, let's be honest. The writing's on the wall. When they do finally go, is there anyone else to fill the void?
Lucha Underground. There's Ring of Honor. You've got fucking, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. They're Dragon
Oh
Gate
no, but I
USA,
meant like
New Japan.
some upcoming new thing.
It pretty much, honestly, Lucha Underground is one of the best things in the States right now. I mean, they're getting renewed. They got renewed for a second season, thank God. But in the meantime,
I just saw a commercial on TV for Budweiser, and my brain just went, "Fuck drinks
okay.
that?" Sorry.
I gotta bring this. I just saw this. I was on Pro Wrestling Tees last night because I'm gonna look. I was looking at some other shirts and because I want to get another couple of shirts from there. But under new T-shirt stores, there is a wrestler by the name of Judas Draven. Huh. I look at him and it's fucking Austin from this season's Big Brother.
No.
You remember the pro wrestler? Yes. He's got his own Pro Wrestling Tees T-shirt store now. So, I love this because he was a guy that he was in NXT for a while. And he's actually, I'll have to look up his actual comments because I heard he was one of the guys that was hammering down on Bill DeMar after all that shit broke out pretty fucking hard. So, and it was funny because I had forgot I even follow this guy on Instagram too. I'm just randomly flipping through Instagram one day and I see his stuff. It might have been him and Liz from that season because I guess they're together now. They're actually dating, okay, besides the point. But I'm like, huh? I didn't even know I even followed this guy because he hadn't posted anything in like a long ass time. But anyway, so yeah, he has his own Pro Wrestling Tees T-shirt store. Speaking of, now this just popped in my head. WWE ordered Pro Wrestling Tees to take off their Jim Neidhart store.
Why?
I guess Jim Neidhart has a Legends contract with WWE, so... And I feel really bad. It's really Pro Wrestling Tees you feel bad for because they want to do right by a lot of these guys. Because, honestly, a lot of the money they get is from merchandise. So if you're because WWE has contracts and they have all that shit. If you got a Legends contract, you can't really I don't know. I think some guys may have worked it out differently. I don't know how the specifics, but it's something, maybe Neidhart should have said something like, yeah, I've got a Legends contract with WWE, so, yeah, don't put my stuff up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of something that you just really, Pro Wrestling Tees is such a great fucking company. You get there's all these, Austin, Jericho, there's fucking Sabu, Rob Van, list goes on. And not just big guys that were in WWE. You've got guys like Colt Cabana. You have AJ Styles, Joey Ryan. Grado. I think he has this. I'd have to look, but and even podcasts and YouTube shows. There's pro wrestling tees for those guys too. So it's a great way for these guys. They can make some extra money, and in other words, another way to sell their shit without merch tables. So yeah, and now to stop tangenting like a motherfucker. The reason I've been excited for this takeover all fucking week, actually for weeks now, because Bayley and Sasha Banks in an Iron Man match. 30 minutes, it's the main event, women's title on the line. As good as the Brooklyn match was, and as great as that moment is when Bayley wins the title and Charlotte and Becky come running out, they hoist her up. And then Sasha, they have the hug and the four horsewoman thing in the end. This match was that much better. It was
bold call.
Yes. It was, you had this viciousness out of Sasha Banks. She threw Bayley into the stage, into the LED Tron. Whipped her into the steel steps. Actually got at one of the count-out decisions. So, again, using the... Because you can win, lose, or fall, pin, submission, DQ, and count-out. And then Bayley makes it in before the ref counts to 10 again. There was a point, and this is where the crowd turned on Sasha so quick, because there's this fan, and they talked about her. There was actually the night when Bayley came back to Full Sail, she brought this little girl in the ring, and she's actually pretty damn popular around there. And funny enough, I just saw Jessica Havoc. There's a picture on her Instagram, the recent one actually, of her and Izzy. She has her own Izzy Mania shirt, which is hilarious. She's in a sense in the line of shocked Undertaker fan, Ms. Girl, the WWE sign guy. We have another one. He's just famous fans. So there's a point, and I don't even realize it. I just all of a sudden see Sasha in the ring with this headband, and it's Izzy's headband. She grabs this little girl's headband and starts wearing it and just mocking Bayley, and the crowd just boom turns on her so quick. And they just cut. They see her crying. They're like, "She's crying. She made her cry." Like, oh god, I'm not afraid to get heat. Bayley wins the match 3-2, and they have this big fucking celebration in the end. The entire roster comes out. Stephanie's there, and at this point, I'm sick of. I don't want to rail on Stephanie too hard because I think Triple H does enough of that. Giddy.
Sorry.
Anyway, and they, Bayley's in the ring. They bring flowers out, a big bouquet of flowers. Triple H goes in the ring. Bayley's hugging him. Sasha's on the in the entrance area. She gets handed the flowers, and she just drops to her knees, just breaks down. It's this beautiful, moment of. This is maybe the last time we're going to see Sasha Banks wrestle on NXT. Which is great and scary at the same time. You just hope that Triple H...
If it's true, I have to say, it's a fitting farewell, if that makes sense.
It is.
I hope it's not true. I really do. But
I just hope in the sense that they do right by him on the main roster. Because I think again, if these might just be rumors, and we're speculating, but I was hearing that Triple H has a lot of final say in the NXT call-ups on the main roster. So I'm hoping that's the case. Because the idea that you're going to bring up somebody like a Sasha Banks, who's by far the best female performer in that company right now, and I'm not just saying that because she's hot and I want to hit that, but she legitimately is the best in that company right now. And actually might very well end up being, she's my second favorite female performer of all time, right behind Trish and Lita. But
Well,
going back to,
it comes back to this, which is you know, she's a very, very solid performer.
I mean,
And I guess this
and
is
think about, you look at the pictures that were popping up. Like, there's one of, I think there was one I saw of the Four Horsewomen. There was one I saw. It was Bailey, Sasha, Sarah Del Rey, I think Stephanie and Triple H, and Sasha's still selling the hand because there was a point near the end of the match where Bailey spiked her fingers into the mat. I mean, I'm missing things in this match. Like, Bailey did the reverse Hurricanrana again, but Sasha countered it. She got back up to her feet, so Bailey's celebrating, and she turns around right into Sasha standing up. But everything about this match was so good. But like, going back to the Stephanie thing, because we got again tangented, which, I mean, with Sasha Banks and Bailey, I'm not surprised how beautiful they are. I'm trying to keep it as classy as possible here because, again...
Sorry, I was lost in the moment.
Again, I mean, with pay, I don't know what... I think Sasha would be booked on this show. I just don't want her to show up at my work and then slap me in the face, okay? Although I think with Paige it might be more like
I was going to say, lucky for you don't live next to them. Their parents. So, you're good.
Yeah, anyway... And actually, but the whole thing with Stephanie, Lita and Stephanie had actually main evented a Raw back in 2000, which is funny that you don't really think about that, because when they talk about the women main eventing Raw, they talk about Trish and Lita in 2004. They don't talk about, Lita and Steph. So I'm just kind of at this point. Yeah, Burhan, I know, yeah, so, Stephanie had nothing to do with the Divas Revolution, blah, 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 but at this point, like, there's nothing new to add to it, so it's just kind of like, whatever, at this point. That's just me. Man. I better not be catching a cold.
Yeah.
But...
It's the strawberry bear.
Maybe, I don't know. But actually, funny enough, Izzy, that she was at the tapings the next night, and she had a sign that said, "Sasha, if you want my headband, please next time ask." So it's like this. I love this kid. Like, you cannot hate this little girl at all. So
characters. That's what we need.
Yeah, and she's like, literally, she's one of the most popular things. She's like Xavier Woods' trombone on Raw. Over as fuck.
Don't make me laugh, it hurts.
It hurts. It hurts to laugh. Oh, I broke it in Vegeta. Oh, I can just start riffing.
Oh, you wanker. But like you said, it's good because, strong princesses like this are good. They're good for the sport.
We have had so many years of horrible female performers in WWE. I mean, bar none at this point, that Iron Woman match is my match of the year.
Yeah, good call.
Period.
I would say that.
I'm saying it, but it's been, we've seen this year, and these women's matches on NXT, these takeovers have gotten better and better. I mean, my God, you had the one that was Charlotte and Sasha, which was good. Then you had the 4-way when Sasha won the title, which is great. And then you had, Becky and Sasha.
Basically, they're taking it seriously, and they're no longer an afterthought.
No. They main evented this takeover. Again, because the NXT title wasn't even, neither were the tag titles. This was hyped all around Bayley and Sasha. Think about that. Again, we've had years of horrible female performers in this company. Everyone from Eva Marie to Kelly Kelly to Maxine to fucking Nikki, Brie, Alicia Fox, Cameron. Oh, good God. Cameron, she's fucking botchamania fuel.
Ow.
It hurts to laugh. Oh, God. And now it's like watching NXT. It's this breath of fresh air. And we're seeing the women know what they're doing. They are amazing performers. And, WWE, if they want beautiful women that can, perform, guess what? There you go. You don't need these double D fucking bimbo models. It's like, oh, just pull them out of Cal, see if they can wrestle. And then what do you get? You get Eva Marie.
Well, but see, that's the problem, isn't it? Which is, you don't take a fit bird and teach her how to wrestle. You take someone who can wrestle and who has talent, and then just stick them there. This constant obsession with, oh, this is what blokes want to see. Gets on my fucking tits, no pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. You're right. It's yeah. Don't want to see. Oh, great, you look like Baywatch. From fucking the '90s. You can't wrestle for shit. I didn't pay my money at the door to see that. Paid to see a fight.
So I'm trying to find out. I was going to pull a Iron Sheik tweet of the week here. I think I might have. I think I know which one I'm going to go with. Now I got to pull it. Anyway, it's just been, and I just fear that this will be the last amazing, women's match on NXT for a while.
Let's hope not, though.
Exactly. But I think where they're going. I mean, you've got
Well,
Asuka.
look at it this way, right? Don't fear the future. Just think possibly they've set the bar, and now they have to play catch up. If that makes sense.
Yeah. You're gonna have to try. They're gonna have to go really
Pretty sure,
fucking hard.
the people who run the company are going to look it down right now and just go like, "Oh shit, we hit a nerve here. Let's see if the lightning strikes, in the same place twice."
Right, and like I said, as far as the main roster, now that Becky's on there, you have Charlotte, Sasha, Paige. You have great female performers on there right now.
I'm not going to go Burhan creepy, but I just want to say, now you mentioned the name, I have to say it again. Oh, Paige. Let me count the ways I love thee.
I cannot wait to pro her and get her Ultra Rare Pro and Supercard.
I can't wait to pro her. I'm English. Is that euphemism for sticking your winky in a cake hole?
Oh fuck! And that's not the way I meant it. I'm talking about WWE Supercard, dude. I'm talking. Context matters.
You know where I was coming from. I think you do.
By the way, because Paige, now it's in my head. Speaking of coming, when John Cena...
Dig up, stupid. Speaking of coming, dig up, stupid. By the way, Paige, myself and Nick and everyone on Slamcast have the most utmost respect for you and your good family that may be only 35 minutes from my door. Sorry, just saying.
Yeah. Just remember that, dude. Her family's allegedly that far from you.
I love you, Paige, in a good way. I support you. Yes, I watch your career. Don't hit me in the face. Actually, no. Tell your family not to hit me in the face.
Anyway.
Good week, though. Good week.
Anyway, when Nikki is blowing John Cena and he blows a load in her face, does he really...
Just seriously, Nick, stop digging up.
You can't see me? God, I had to get that.
You prick.
I'm just... At this point, I'm just losing my mind, but I've got my beer, so I'm happy. Might have to go out for a PBR in a little bit. I don't know. Got a couple bucks I could. But I would at least like to get this halfway together and try and get up tomorrow. But I want to at least save a little bit of my beer for I got gameplay tomorrow. But I think I've hit pretty much everything I've wanted to hit.
Again, dig up. Sorry.
I mean,
Everything you've said in the last 5 minutes is just sounding like a euphemism for pounding on fucking divas. Again, Paige, hit him, not me.
I would just hope she doesn't find my Facebook, because I have where I work on Facebook, and I think I've actually said it on here too. Shit.
Take it off, dude. Take it off. Take it off.
Nah.
Mainly because I don't want her to come around my house or her family and just go, "Who is this Nick person? Tell him where he are," and then throttle me.
Oh my god, I gotta pull up the...
I'm not gonna lie,
I gotta
mate.
see if there's something else in the wrestling Facebook group that I think...
I'm not gonna lie. The minute if they ever show up at my door and just say, "Where is Nick?" I'm just gonna like, "Oh, give me 1 second. I'll just log into the computer." It might take a few moments because I only have half a screen to work with. He lives here. He lives here. Go get him. Leave me alone.
God, you're such an asshole, dude. But
I would never sell you out.
Bullshit.
Actually, that's not entirely true. I'm not gonna lie.
It sounds like you would.
Yeah, he's over there. He's over there.
Oh god. Okay, so I just saw this in the Facebook group. Justin Bieber snubbed Ronda Rousey's little sister.
I saw this as well. Yeah.
Oh, Bieber, you fucking idiot! Ronda Rousey could rip your arm off, shove it straight up your ass, and it'd probably go in pretty easy, because I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure you like things up there.
And wave it around like
out your mouth, and then proceed to shove it through your ear holes.
Yeah, no, I saw this, and I was just like, dude, are you fucking stupid? Like, really? Because, you're famous. You travel in these circles. That means one day you might run into her.
Yeah.
Granted, the chances are slim, but if you do, she's gonna wear you like a fucking pony rack, you twat.
And here's the thing: as hot as Ronda Rousey is,
yeah.
Put it this way, she's hot, and she is unbelievably good. I mean, my God, like, you do not want to fuck with this woman. It's where she's like, I would not want to run into her in a dark alley because.
Well, I would. Well,
have my arm.
She doesn't want to beat me up.
Yeah, she'd have my arm probably shoved up my own ass.
I like to run into her in a dark alley if it was kind of like that bit in 9.5 weeks. But other than that, no, it's like, yeah, Bieber, seriously, stop shooting your mouth off, because at some point...
Stop being a fucking idiot. And
all your checks you shoot out with your mouth are going to cash up on you.
Your ass is not going to be able to cash them at all.
Yeah. And I want to be there when she does it to him. In fact, I demand she does it to him.
I would pay to see that on pay-per-view.
Fuck me. In fact, I might start a Kickstarter to see it. I think people would fund it.
I think so too.
There's an insult we have in this country right now. If you really want to piss off one of your friends, you call him a Bieber cunt. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Oh, wow. Anyway, well, this pretty much, before we get to Iron Sheik tweet of the week, this pretty much sums it up. We have NXT, we have Paystage fucking running a amazing product down there, while on the main roster, we have Vince with Bucky Beaver by his side, munching a carrot. We here in WWE think that you, the audience, are quite frankly ready to have your intelligence insulted.
Maybe we looked upon it in the wrong way, and that they were just trying to explain to us why we should have one of our 5 a day. Just saying, give veggies a chance.
Save the tables. Save the tables. Fucking goddamn, I love the New Day.
Oh, veggies. God, that I like your veggies, because bottom line is more meat for me. Just saying.
Yep.
And chicken, it tastes so good.
Anyway, let's get to, once I get loaded up here, the Iron Sheik Tweet of the Week.
Fuck him! I dumped him! I wanna know, are you the man or are you a fucking piece of shit? No good motherfucker! Fucking bullshit! Bullshit, Hulk Hogan! I'm the rare all-American gold medal. You are good. You are the best. But you know, I beat the fuck up. Fuck! Fuck! Oh, ho, ho! You know it, jabroni! Fuck! Fuck!
Never fails to make me laugh, sorry.
Decided to play the whole thing because why the fuck not? Oh my god.
I felt the need to work the word jabroni into my lifestyle more.
Oh my god. I mean, between Virgil being the $5 jabroni and his GoFundMe is still at
Stop making me
410.
laugh, you prick.
Oh my god. But, you know, Shaky Baby was all over Twitter this week. It's MLB playoff time. You know, the Cubs had a one-game playoff with Pittsburgh. And funny enough, my buddy's a Italian reader in Chicago, and in the urinals, they're Pittsburgh Pirate urinal cakes.
That's actually really awesome.
Yep.
Although I also have to say quickly on a side tangent, hockey's back, bitches. Sorry.
Yep. So I mean, between CM Punk and Colt Cabana were cited at the Cubs game, and the Cubs win. And you just hope that it keeps going.
I really do want them to win, simply because...
Back to the Future, too.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to lie. I want to see the cross the streams moment from Ghostbusters.
Anyway. Iron Sheik chimed in. It's the only way he can. Chicago Cubs make the Pittsburgh humble. Oh, when you need something put in so few words.
I love the fact that even when he's understated, he's still bang on the money.
Exactly. Anyway, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Iron Sheik Tweet of the Week.
Fucking bullshit!
God, I'm gonna have to edit so much of this. I'll get it done and...
Sorry, I was, quiet, but you were passionate, so I thought...
Yeah, I mean, it's been one of the weirdest, it's been a crazy year in this wild and wacky world of wrestling. We've had legends die off, we lost Piper, we lost Dusty, Vern Gagne, Wes Craven just passed, we lost Yogi
Do you know
Berra.
what, right? This year, even outside of wrestling, but with wrestling, obviously with Piper and stuff, this year is probably going to go down is the year that so many fucking legends and people
Icons.
Icons and childhood icons have dropped. Like, they've literally dropped like flies.
Yeah. I mean, and, again, we can kind of bring it back up, and my hatred for Kevin Dunn. If the Grim Reaper...
you prick. Sorry.
could just take Bucky Beaver, take that scythe, and just get him by those big, giant, ugly buck teeth.
And also take out the other Beaver.
Yes, take out Bieber.
In fact, here's a list of people I want you to take away, dear Grim Reaper. My employers.
Okay, let's enough of the kill list. Dave, where the hell can we find you?
You can find me standing slightly over, allegedly. Bucky Beaver's dead corpse. Sorry. Ow.
Jesus!
Ow, that hurt. You could actually let me rephrase that. You can stand me You could stab me. You could find me standing next to Deadpool, the greatest assassin in the world, and my top bloke of the week.
I dig that. Oh, it's gonna be interesting how long, because I had this thing recording for like an hour, but anyway, he's over at Long Boys Post 1975. Hopefully, we'll get a side scroller Sunday. I'll name it some different shit. I'll figure out a name for this one too.
It won't be this Sunday because I'm working, but it can be next Sunday.
All right, yeah, because I'm not gonna do one this week because again I like to at least do a 2-week gap.
Cool. All right, but if I do it, can I get free pizza?
If you get your ass over to the States, hell yeah, I'll buy you a fucking pizza.
That works. £500 return trip on airfare for free pizza. That works.
Anyway, I'm over on YouTube at the Gaming Pegasus 187. I'm on Twitter at Gaming Pegasus 187. I'm on Facebook at Nick Horacek. I'm in our Wrestling Revolution /MMA Facebook group. I keep fucking it up. Whatever.
And he was a missing man in the boy last night, but
yep.
What we'll do about that is, no offense, Sean, because I do love you, but you could expect to see that in at least 2 months.
Really? Because I figured it wasn't going to be up until way after I get this one up. But yeah, I got gameplay tomorrow night.
That's what she said, and I said, not without buying me dinner first, love. Sorry.
Yeah, if you're gonna fuck me, at least buy me dinner first, But yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm on Supercard.
Rope on a soap, baby. Rope on a soap.
Rope on a soap. But yeah, I'm on Xbox Live, Wii U, Pegasus 187, Supercard, the same damn thing. Rocking this road to glory. Just got myself an ultra rare page. Just trying to get that card completely maxed so I can pro her.
And I'll set up a
maybe getting the epic tier.
Did you say pro her or probe her?
Pro, Pro.
Because I'm not gonna lie,
out of the gutter. Stop thinking with the head in your pants.
Do you know what? Right, you can pro her, but me and her gonna have dinner. Then I'm gonna probe her.
Oh God! Creepy Page moment of the week, people. Again, you live a lot closer to her than me, but then again, she's gonna be. I think she's gonna be in Billings at that house show. I don't know how they're booking this thing.
Parents. By the way, this was all made up. It's like special effects and shit, and he ad-libbed me and dubbed me and shit. So go after
Fuck you! Dig up, stupid. Please, just dig up. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I'm gonna finish my beer, then I think I'm gonna head up to the bar.
Good job.
Because I could use a few more, and I want to save the rest of this for I got gameplay. So yeah. Anyway, support independent wrestling. There's people with a dream. They're in rings. They're training. They're putting in the work, putting the miles on the road. Because remember, the grassroots of the industry, people.
And if you got £5 to spare the Bristol Hippodrome this weekend.
Yep. I mean,
I know because I stole their poster. Sorry.
You
edit that.
Allegedly, he stole their poster. Story is, I guess
it looks good on my wall, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Allegedly, he stole it. Again, allegedly. Let's cover our asses here. But yes,
it was on a fucking lamppost. It was just waiting there.
Oh God.
I would have been a fool not to. Someone else would have taken it, Nick. So technically, I was doing society, a solid by taking it away for not allowing it to fall in the hands to some less deserving citizen. Yeah, that sounded a lot better in my head. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, please, Dave, just dig up.
Oh, stop making me laugh, you prick.
Oh God. Now before, again, finishing independent wrestling, it's out there. Seek it. Again, you could very well see the next Seth Rollins.
It's like STDs,
without the dick pics.
But you won't get like fungus and shit. So check it out.
Yeah. Maybe you'll see the next great female talent that makes her way to WWE. Because, again, I don't know where I'm going with it. I'm just...
Maybe you'll just see the person that you think, God, I wish I could do that.
And on that note, peace, love, and humptiness.
But not with the barbed wire, because that looks painful. Or the thumbtacks.
Anyway, peace, love, humptiness. I'm gonna play the damn theme song. We're getting the hell out of here.
Sorry. Ow!
Oh God, it hurts to laugh.
They say laughter is the greatest medicine. I say bullshit.